English verbs can feel kind of random, right? Well, today we're cracking the code on one of grammar's trickiest rules.
Here's the problem. English verbs are total shapeshifters. Get the shape wrong, and the whole meaning changes.
So in Mandarin, the verb go just stays the same. But in English, it has to transform. That's the tricky part.
So, how can you possibly teach this without endless, boring memorization? Well, you turn the verbs into characters.
The big idea here? English verbs are basically Pokemon. They have different levels based on time. Pretty cool, right?
First up, you've got V1, the everyday form. This is your base level for stuff you do all the time.
Then there's V2, the history form. This one's for a specific moment in the past that's totally finished.
And finally, V3, the experience form. But this one's got a catch. It needs a helper.
Yeah, V3 absolutely cannot stand alone. It's got to have that helper verb like have or has.
And this chart, it's a total game changer. It links the verb shape directly to clues you'll find in an exam.
I love this analogy. You can't wear a school uniform to a wedding, right? Same idea for verbs and time.
Okay, but what about those awful irregular verbs? Well, this method gamifies that too.
Instead of a boring list, it groups verbs by their sound, so memorizing becomes a kind of rhythmic chant.
So the teacher shouts out a time clue like, have you ever?
And the students have to shout back the right form. V3, drunk. It's awesome.
The learning gets even more real with an activity called the Buxaban excuse.
In the first round, the excuse has to use V2 for a past event. Why are you late?
I missed the bus.
But for round 2, it's got to be V3, to explain your current status. I have lost my book.
Okay, so what's the ultimate goal? It's all about beating the test by spotting the hidden traps. Let's look at a typical exam question. Judy, B to Japan 3 times. How would you figure this out?
It's a 3-step process. First, find the clue, then use the logic, and finally, pick the right shape.
But here's the trap. Has gone means she's still in Japan. Has been means she came back.
Since she loves the food there, she must have come back. So the answer is D. This system works.
You see? This whole thing turns grammar from a boring list of rules into a logical, intuitive game. So, let me ask you, what's one thing you have done that you're proud of? After all, grammar lets us tell our stories.